Hey everybody, Dr. Dane here, and I want to talk to you about anterior head syndrome with your health tip of the week. We call it forward head posture. And when you look at the spine from the front, the spine should be straight as an arrow. And we like to see what we call right angles in the spine. So your spine should be at a right angle to the base of your skull, a right angle to your shoulder, your rib cage, your hips, your knees, and your ankles. So everything should be in line. We like symmetry. It's why we use these bilateral scales here because if you step on them, if you're in good posture, you should be bearing equal weight. So I weigh 180 pounds, so ideally I'm putting 90 pounds on each scale if my spine is in good alignment, okay? Now from the side, we have curves in our spine, and specifically, if we go over to this poster here, we have 3 curves in our spine. And our spine looks like this from the front. Remember, from the front, it's straight as an arrow. From the side, we have these 3 curves. These curves here, your cervical and lumbar curves, are called lordotic curves, and your curve in your mid-back is called a kyphotic curve. So when somebody has that forward posture and their kyphosis, their increased kyphosis, they're collapsing on their spine. So if we go back over here, what we see is this is very innocuous. It starts off with forward head posture. Now here you'll read for every inch of anterior head tilt, it increases the weight of the head or the compression on the spine by 10 pounds. So 1 inch of forward head tilt almost doubles the weight of the head, and that compression over time causes a lot of problems. It can cause disc degeneration, disc herniations. It loads what we call the posterior chain muscle, which are your levator muscle, your trapezius, your rhomboids, your hamstrings, your lower back, and this is why these things create predictable problems. So with this type of progression, if it's not corrected, this leads to this, where you start to get that big hump in your back. And as we like to say, unless you want to live in a bell tower, you don't want a big hump in your back. The thing about the curves is if you look at this is what the curve in your lower back and your neck should look like. When we sit too much, if you take a look back here, this is where your muscles and your nerves are. As that curve straightens in your neck, it pulls taut all that musculature. It pulls taut the spinal cord and all the spinal nerves. It's why people who've lost their lordosis tend to get chronic headaches. So another problem that we see with people who've lost the curve in their neck, they get headaches, they get neck pain, they get a lot of spasm in their neck and lower back, all because of this abnormal posture that we call anterior forward head syndrome. So what do you need to know? Well, take a look at yourself from the side, or have somebody take a picture of you from the side and look at the hole in your ear, because the hole in your ear is the center of gravity of your head. And that center of gravity, that center mass, wants to be over top of the hips. For every inch it's forward out in front of the shoulders and the hips, it's really causing a lot more compression to the spine. So in our office, one of the things that we do is we help people with their posture to get that curve back in their neck. We do that through multiple ways: adjusting the spine, adjusting the joints back into their normal position. We work with the soft tissues, the muscles and ligaments, by using a Deneroll and doing posture exercises to really get those shoulder blades back and down and start to develop the ligamentous flexibility to get that curve back into the neck. So if you have forward head posture, you have anterior head syndrome, you've got to do something about it, because it's going to cause predictable problems: headaches, neck pain, lower back pain, a lot of shoulder problems from impingement because the shoulders roll forward. As the head comes forward, the shoulders tend to round. You get a lot of impingement in the front of the shoulders or the back of the shoulders. So this is Dr. Dane with your health tip of the week. One of the best things you can do, start fixing that anterior forward head posture and correct that spine.